Around the corner from his childhood home in Lehigh is this ordinary concrete curb. But this curb is anything but ordinary for Garett Bolles. It's a place he calls sacred ground, a place of hope and second chances.
I drive by that street all the time.
On August of 2011, Greg Freeman was driving on that street when he spotted Garett sitting on that curb next to his belongings.
I slowed down and he kind of waved at me, and I pulled over and asked him, "What's going on?" And he said, "Well, I have to leave my house."
You know, God definitely sent him for me, for sure.
Greg was Garett's lacrosse coach at Westlake High School, but before Greg took home the recent high school graduate, his wife Emily first needed and received an answer from God.
Freeman's family life-changing experience.
An experience that would change all of them forever.
I kind of told Emily, I said, "I bet he makes it for 3 days." And Emily kind of giggled and said, "Oh, I bet it's 3 weeks with house rules." But of course, he surprised us all.
Definitely was lost and confused. I think it was just a mind that I didn't know what I wanted to do or where I was going or how I was going to get there. Like, I always had a dream of playing football. I had to learn to trust these people, and these people became some of my best friends, and I call them family to this day.
Before he joined the Freeman family, Garett said he made his share of mistakes that included drugs, alcohol, and vandalizing his arch-rival's high school. That was a mistake that landed him in jail.
So I barely turned 18 years old. I still remember this day when the cop pulled me to the side, put handcuffs on me, and then go into there and they put you in the booking and they sit you in the room and you start looking around and you look at all the people there and you're like this isn't who I am. Like, why am I in here? And I'll never forget the stench. But I told myself, I'll never come back to this place.
So the Freeman's home became his new place, a safe place with strict rules and lots of love.
We had known him before a little bit. He was in our neighborhood. He grew up in our neighborhood. So it wasn't like he was a complete stranger or anything. We knew him so well and I was young enough that it just kind of felt exciting. I was like, okay, perfect, great. Another sibling, can't wait. This is my oldest brother.
Garett made it 5 Freeman siblings, and though he wasn't legally adopted, he considers the Freemans his family.
I tell them all the time, why did you do this? Why you didn't have to. And they said, because we love you. And that means more to me than anything. If you say I love you to somebody, especially to a kid like me or, kids that struggle just like me, that goes so far and beyond. They told me you need to have somebody that's more powerful in your life. You need to find something that structures you. And then when I found my faith and the love I have for God and, what he's done for me and the sacrifices that he has is when I realized that I am who he wants me to be. And finding God and making that my main focus, that's when my life really took off.
It started when he served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Colorado. Then it was off to Snow College for 2 years, where he earned first-team All-American honors. It was also where he met his future wife, Natalie. Little did he know his future agent was also watching closely.
I remember the first time watching Garett play football. He was at Snow Community College. I watched a highlight tape when he had committed to Utah. And I remember watching him saying, this guy's going to be a first-round pick. And hadn't even played it down at Utah.
After 1 year at Utah, Garett declared for the NFL draft and was the Denver Broncos' first-round pick. Today, he's one of the top left tackles in the league.
He pours everything into being great, and so there's no surprise from the day I met him to where he is now that he's accomplished what he's accomplished.
One of his greatest accomplishments came this past season when he was nominated for the league's Walter Payton Man of the Year award. It's an honor given to a player showing excellence on and off the field. For Garett, that excellence came through mentoring troubled youth in the juvenile justice system.
At the age of 8, my brother was murdered. 2 years later, I was taken away from my mother's home because of abuse.
I mentored over 100, juvenile kids in the state of Colorado, and I still talk to these kids. They have my phone number. They text me. They call me. We FaceTime any time of the day. I love it. And, it's my biggest passion.
That's just how he lives. And I think that the award to him didn't even matter. He would do that with or without the award. That's just how he lives his life. And that's where he wants to be.
I just read your letter. I wanted to make a video to encourage you and continue to stay on the right path.
Knowing that they know I can do it and building that confidence in them that they can do it. It's just awesome to see these kids change. You like that, don't you?
Garett continues to work out as he prepares for his 8th season in Denver. He's in the final year of his $68 million contract extension and turns 32 next month. With the Broncos nearly $24 million over the salary cap, the rumors are flying about his future.
Got me tired. Definitely puts a chip on my shoulder for sure. I think, just having that chip on my shoulder always gives me, that extra edge. And at the same time, I just try to stay as calm as I can, just play my game, not let those things distract me and just really focus on my family and football and faith and let those three things, be the contribute factor of me having a great season.
I think he's had an incredible career. I think that Garett has overcome a lot of obstacles. He's had, I believe, 5 different head coaches. I think he's had 6 different offensive line coaches, maybe 6 different offensive coordinators, 13 or 14 different quarterbacks, but he's withstood it all.
Even a broken leg in 2022 when he missed most of the season. Last year, he started every game and allowed just 3 sacks.
I want to be known as I work my butt off. I'm a hard worker. Love my teammates and love being in Denver, love being in the community, continue to do my work, and everything else will take care of itself.
Garett and Natalie have 2 children. Natalie is expecting their 3rd child this summer.
How does your faith guide you, or how does it help you as you go through the grind of an NFL season?
That's a good question. Seeing what my mom does now in the church and saving lives, that she was that same person, finding the lost sheep and finding those people that guide you and direct you. And I feel like the more I focus on the Savior and God, my life is simple and, I live a very peaceful life.
Peace is something Garett is grateful for after years of struggle, which includes learning disabilities. His GB3 Foundation helps kids with learning disabilities, including his son Kingston, who works hard every day to improve a speech disorder.
That's my buddy. That's my ride and die soldier for sure. And so every single day when I go to work, I just give him my all, because I know if he sees me working hard and accomplishing my dreams, then he's going to be able to know that he can do that because Dad did that.
When football is over, what do you see yourself doing?
Talking to kids, mentoring kids. I don't know. I love the football side of things. Maybe coaching. Definitely continue to build my foundation. Be a dad for a little bit, that's for sure. Coach my kids.
And one day down the road, he'll take Kingston to the curb by his childhood home and share his story.
There will be a time in my life where I'll bring him to that corner and I'll show him, this is where Dad used to be and the things I used to do. And there'll be a time and place where I'll definitely share those times and, the memories, the good and the bad times, and let him, figure it out for himself.
And learn from his father the reality of hope and second chances. For Beyond the Game, I'm Kathy Aiken for KSL.com.